From the legions of Rome to the golden sands of Egypt, two ancient superpowers were on a collision course. One, a republic forged in iron, expanding its reach across the Mediterranean. The other, a dynasty of pharaohs, rich in culture and grain, but teetering on the brink of civil war. This is the story of how Rome conquered Egypt. Our story begins with the arrival of one of history's most famous men, Julius Caesar. He sailed into Alexandria not as a conqueror, but as a mediator, finding a kingdom torn apart. The young queen, Cleopatra, was locked in a bitter struggle for the throne against her own brother, Ptolemy III. Caesar, ever the opportunist, saw a chance to secure Roman influence. What followed was a desperate gamble, a series of street fights and skirmishes that exploded into the epic Battle of the Nile. With cunning and ruthless efficiency, Caesar secured victory, placing a grateful Cleopatra firmly on Egypt's throne. This wasn't just a political move, it was the first thread binding Egypt's fate to Rome. But Caesar's time was cut short by assassins' blades back in Rome. In the power vacuum that followed, another Roman general, Mark Antony, looked to the east. He was one of the most powerful men in the world, and when he met Cleopatra, sparks flew. Their alliance was both a passionate romance and a formidable political partnership. Together, they ruled over the East, dreaming of an empire that could rival Rome itself. Their combined power was immense, their wealth legendary. But in Rome, Caesar's heir, the calculating Octavian, watched this growing threat with cold ambition. The stage was set for a final, decisive confrontation. Two worlds, two futures, were about to collide. The climax came on the waters of the Ionian Sea. The Battle of Actium was one of the largest naval battles in ancient history. On one side, the vast ornate fleets of Antony and Cleopatra. On the other, the smaller, more agile warships of Octavian, commanded by his brilliant general, Agrippa. It was a spectacle of chaos and strategy. Antony and Cleopatra's heavy ships were outmaneuvered. The disciplined Roman navy encircled them, turning the battle into a slaughter. In a desperate move, Cleopatra broke through the line and fled, with Antony following close behind. Their escape sealed their fate, leaving their fleet and armies to be utterly defeated. The dream of their Eastern Empire died that day at Actium. With Antony and Cleopatra's forces shattered, the path to Egypt was wide open. Octavian's legions marched on Alexandria with unstoppable force. The end was swift and tragic. Facing certain capture, Antony took his own life, believing Cleopatra was already dead. Upon discovering his fate, the last queen of Egypt, refusing to be paraded through Rome as a trophy, chose her own legendary end. With their deaths, 3 centuries of Ptolemaic rule vanished. Octavian, soon to be Emperor Augustus, annexed Egypt, turning it into his personal province. The land of the pharaohs would now serve a new master. Huge grain ships began their endless journey from Alexandria to Rome, feeding the heart of a new empire. Egypt was no longer a kingdom. It had become the breadbasket of Rome, its ancient glory now a foundation for another's greatness. Thank you for watching this journey into the ancient world. If you enjoyed this story of power, passion, and conquest, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more deep dives into history. See you next time.